Are you part of a network marketing company or an affiliate model that somewhat holds you back from expanding your wings into other companies? Now, there's nothing wrong with that if that's what you signed up for. But the more the world we live in is advancing from an affiliate model standpoint, from different programs that are online, the more restriction the individual involved finds himself or herself to be in. Today, we're going to have this conversation and kind of help you understand why or why not it should be in place, but even more so, understand what is available to you to spread your wing as an entrepreneur without burning any bridge. And plus, we're going to have a little bit of Family Feud in here as well. That's right. We're going to be playing the game. I know Steve Harvey, but this is your Strategic Partner Show. Let's go.
I've been caught up since the day that we met, and you haven't seen the best of me yet. There's nothing like you and me together, and your eyes have been so hard to forget. But there's something you're trying to hide. There's something you're keeping inside. But I'm trying to get to know you much better. It don't matter how much time it takes. I just can't give up. Whoa, I just can't give up. Can't give up. I just can't give up. Oh, I just can't give up. I just can't give up. Can't give up. I just can't give up. I just can't give up.
Well. Welcome to a brand new episode, season 3, episode 2 with your strategic partners. And you already know we have the one and only Debbie Peltola, Salmons, Tokoyo Carlton, and fresh out of St. Lucia, Elizabeth Cousins. What's up, team? How are we doing today?
Fantastic,
Hey.
Doc.
Everything's going
Awesome.
great. Glad
Yeah, so-
to be here as usual.
We
Cranberry
sent a
licious,
lot of
man. That's how we
love.
feeling today.
And we sent a lot of love last week to Elizabeth. Elizabeth, did you see us last week where we were talking about how grateful we were and how happy we were for you that you were in an island and we were here in the East Coast?
Yeah. We were really happy for
Oh.
you, Elizabeth.
Yeah.
Very.
Really. Yeah. You see the joy, we're still feeling it. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
We're still watching it too on our social media platforms.
Don't worry, we're going to extract every bit out of her today just as a payback. Well, we're joking, ladies and gentlemen. You know the strategic partners love to get along, love to have the day that they do all the time. So today we want to talk about this concept of network marketing and the new way that we are seeing it. I worked with companies many times in the past, and they usually have some kind of protective system to hide or remove any options for anybody to hurt them, which any business owner should put. But at times it gets a little bit crazy, right? Like I know there's a company that when you sign up for it, you immediately, as the agreement, as you're enrolling, you're signing up or you're agreeing to non-circumvention, meaning you cannot say anything about the company in any way, shape, or form, non-compete, and non-disclosure. This is day one, you signing up for the company. So at any time, any point, anywhere, you decide to walk away, they got you in 3 different elements that they're containing you, which is, again, the company's got to do what it's got to do to protect itself. I just am curious, is that too much? Especially that you're trying to earn the trust and the business of that affiliate or representative, or is that normal? So those are some of the conversations we're going to have. We're also going to be playing Family Feud today, just so you know. I have a survey that's ready, and I'm going to give you the opportunity to answer, and we're going to see who scores the highest, all right? So before we get into today's topic, let's get with the one and only Elizabeth Cousins. How was your week, Elizabeth? Tell us a little bit about St. Lucia. Give us some highlights.
First of all, beautiful views, beautiful people. There for Mastermind with the Napoleon Hill Foundation, Think and Grow Rich. Satish Verma, who is the president. And of course, we did an episode of Dining Divas Destinations. And This was so many great people masterminding, resourcing each other, and elevating. Really, we were lifting each other up, and it was just an amazing, amazing time.
Yeah, it certainly looked that way. Not that we were jealous or anything. Tell me a little bit
not
about
jealous.
the crowd who were there. Were they predominantly entrepreneurs? Were they influencers? Were they traditional business owners, online marketers? What kind of crowd was it in the Dining Divas taping?
Well, high level people, high energy people, influencers, definitely. And then we had people up and coming, and they definitely were elevated also in the circle amongst us.
That's awesome. And I can't wait to see the full videos and reels when they come out, because I know you showed us a little itty bitty tiny bit. I saw more about Elizabeth via other mutual friends that we have that were there as they were streaming. You know, she was like, I just have like 5 minutes to myself. I'm like, I know your hair looks good and I like the dress that you're wearing. She put like LOL, because somebody was next to her and they're doing like they're live and whatnot. I'm like, she's just like on her phone
Really?
the whole time. I'm like, yep, that was when she was texting me.
So Elizabeth, so what Elizabeth just said, you guys, it just struck me was she said, you know, there were influencers, high level people, right? But it lifted up and elevated some of those that are up and coming. So that's what's key, right? Who we surround ourselves with.
Mm-hmm.
So that was really good and amazing to hear that, Elizabeth. You know, proof is in that, right? You experienced it now.
Yeah. Well, so let's get into today's topic. Before we got on camera, folks had to turn into Jerry, because Debbie Simons and Tokoyo Carlton, they were at each other's. No, I'm kidding. No, none of that. We were actually talking about today's topic, and we talked about a company that we all know of that restricts anybody to go out and document anything on social media about the company. And there's a reason for that. It's not because they're a bad company that they're hiding their bad stuff. They just have seen enough of craziness and shenanigans that the field at times, out of excitement, documents the wrong thing or claims or what have you, and it comes back and hurts everybody, from the brand new person all the way to the owners of the company. And it became the conversation. One half, Tokoyo and I, were like, man, that's crazy how they restrict everything. It makes it so hard for somebody to do anything because we're in a social media space. And Debbie's like, not really, because I still get to show whatever I want to show. It's just you got to abide within certain ways that protects you and protects the company. Tokoyo, here comes the Family Feud. I want to give you the opportunity to put your case forward and let us know what is too much when it comes to restriction to network marketing companies over their affiliates.
Yeah, I think when companies start to tell you that you can't do other companies, because we have companies who have snitches within the ranks of the company. They have companies who have people who all their job is to scrub the social media platforms of reps and see that they're posting about different companies. And then next thing you know, you got an email saying that you've been, terminated from the company, dropped from the company. So they got, social media police out there, which I think is way too far. Also limiting people to be with one company, I think is way too far. And of course, because you tell on the one hand, you're telling people to be entrepreneurs or teaching entrepreneurship, but then on the other hand, you're trying to only have them entrepreneurs only in your space. And again, they can't go out and have other streams of income. So I think that's really terrible in the industry. And we see that more now. Back in the day, you didn't really have that as much. Not that people were out looking for multiple companies to do. I think more people were more content with their companies back then, back in the early 2000s, 1900s, or whatever, early, 1990s or whatever, 2000s. People stuck with companies for life, like literally 10, 15, 20 years. There was generational, wealth being built in companies, because not only were their kids growing up with them in that company, but their kids, when they become of age, they were joining the company. And so there was more stability, but now we have this thing where people are moving around from company to company to company, right? And so there's no stability. So companies, like we said a little while ago, are starting to put these restraints out there because it's hard to keep their customer base going, their products, their services, if people are constantly moving around. And so for me, I think a company shouldn't hold you. And if they have a great product or service, it should stand on its own, right? And people should want to be with that company and promote that company, but the company should not be holding someone back from furthering themselves, and especially if it's in different marketplaces. So
Yeah.
listen, I get it. If I'm in nutrition and I go to another nutrition company, I can see how that can be an issue because it's a nutrition company. But if I'm in nutrition and let's say I go to a solar company or a Forex company, the two have nothing to do with the other, if that makes sense. And so I think that's where I draw the line.
Even if they both require recruiting somebody and getting their financial commitments from one opportunity over the other, you don't see
Yes, absolutely. I think that's okay as long as you're not out. Well, first of all, you're not cross recruiting, or you're not getting, because again, there's bad apples out there in every company. You got
there it
people
is.
who, yeah, you got people out there who are in 5 different programs and they have some name within the industry or within that company, and people follow them within that same company. So I think it's crazy when you have one rep who has a name or a brand and they are in 5 different companies, and everybody they have in their organization, they keep trying to spread them through those 5 companies. Now you got people who've never made money, never had success, but they got 5 auto ships going on at one time.
Yep.
Because
So
you're trying to override them in every situation. Yeah.
And we'll go to the ladies. If you were the CEO or owner of a company and you're putting every dime left to your name, how would you protect your company from that one bad apple without making it look like it's a dictatorship over everybody else?
Is that back on me?
Oh, yeah.
All right. So really, you can't, because at the end of the day, everyone who joins your company, who decides, the word keywords, decide to be an independent distributor, right? Which means they're independent. They're not the company. They're not corporate. So the minute you try to get them to make them feel like a job, well, you might as well go ahead and give us a what is it? A was it W4?
W2.
W2. Okay. W2. So you might as well go ahead and hire us, give us insurance, give us, make us corporate. All of us work for the company now. So you might as well just go ahead and become a regular old business, not a network marketing business. The minute you start trying to handcuff people, telling them that they can't go somewhere else, or they can only talk about your product or services, because again, that's what you're doing. You're telling me I work for you now.
Yeah.
Yep.
Debbie, what you thinking?
Well, I don't disagree with some of what Takoyo said. I actually, agree with some of it. I don't like, the cuffs getting put on people because we all have a right to earn money and, to feed our families and to take care of that. But on the flip side, I am also cognizant of, yes, how does a CEO and a corporate team protect, their force, right? Yes, we are independent, but let's just be honest. We all know, even when we sign up as an independent distributor, we need that company to earn money. We need that company to earn money and to be able to keep that as well, right? One of the things I actually have taught for years is, they talk about most millionaires have 7 or 8 streams of income, right? Which is great. That's the goal. But what I see people doing is trying to have 7 streams of income and none of them are streaming. Right. So what Takoyo says, trying to recycle people that are not making money with one company to get them into another company, that's where it gets into that area. But here's what I feel really strongly about. And this is what we talk about all the time, is branding yourself. I have had cause to speak to probably a dozen people over the past week that don't even know what I do, what companies I'm with. Why is that? Because I don't put those companies all over social media. Right. Because it just doesn't work. It doesn't work. And I'm going to be honest. I've got some very dear friends in this industry, and I watch them and I just go, oh gosh, guys, you've got
Yeah.
no credibility. Every other week, it's another company, another product. So nobody has any idea what company they're with, what the product is. Well, that company wasn't good. So what makes this one good? Right. So it's what we teach. Brand yourself.
Yep.
And then guess what? I do all kinds of things that I've got a family business, right? I've got traditional businesses. I've got affiliates. I've got networking, right? I don't put those out there.
Exactly.
I don't believe that that's what social media is for. I think it backfires, right? I don't know what you guys think, but I think it backfires.
Well, I'll
But
tell you, I side with you both. The only thing that I want to double down on where it becomes ugly is where that independent affiliate representative, leader, if you want to call them that, takes it way too far where they now treat people like commodities.
Right.
Instead of truly helping them out to achieve exactly what they want. I think, I mean, Elizabeth and I have, all of us really in here, have seen people who literally, like I call them QVC. Every 20 minutes, there's another product. And they're like, call now.
Right.
Best thing ever. Nothing like it, right? And there are a lot of QVCs out there who are taking advantage of people, and they're really, really good at hype marketing.
yes.
But is there really any value? I'm not mad at that person as long as you are giving 100% onto the person who's following you in whatever vehicle.
Right.
Where I find an issue is where I literally know, we all know somebody specifically that you probably can think of. He'll change every 30 days, chasing the next fast start bonus.
Yes.
Because he knows I can bring all of these people, I can make 5,000 5-star bonus, and then go to another one, and then go another one. And whatever works,
Yep.
but there are casualties or collateral damage along the way. Elizabeth, you've had a couple of experiences where you worked with different individuals, or you've seen somebody who skips from hop. From your vantage point, from your point of view, how do you see that? Does it matter? Is there gray areas? Maybe that should be a regulated industry. How do you feel about it?
Yeah, I think it hurts the person, because I was a victim of that too. I was actually, maybe some people don't know better, because I didn't realize I was a victim for so long until recently. Because when you see someone like that, there's this big leader, right? And then I learned something about hype marketing and just being a marketer versus being a people person and actually caring. So I used to look at those people as, oh, they're so successful, they have all this huge following. But then as I got into it, I realized that, oh, they're jumping from one thing to the next company. And there's people that they will be the highest earners. But why is that? Because they take the same people. So, so that's how I saw it. But then I realized, and then they were too big, let's say, to help me out. And that's when I realized, oh, it is just a people, a gang or follower thing. You just take all the people and on to the next thing.
Can I interject? Because what Elizabeth just kind of stirred up a memory for me, because I'm going to share with you guys. I had a mentor early on in my career, and I've been in the industry for 30 plus years. And he was that, right? He was, and I didn't know that in the get-go, right? And he would build his big teams and then exactly that. But here's another catch. Here's what's usually happening. The CEO of a new company is recruiting that leader and saying, hey, if you come on over here with your team, I'm going to slide you in. I'll put you up at the top. So there is as much, I mean, there's no corporate integrity either, right?
Right.
So my mentor, who is no longer my mentor, he is still a friend, but he is still jumping. He is still doing that. He still gets pursued by the next new company. And they go, come on, bring your team, right? So there is equal fault, right?
Oh yeah. And as Ali said about commodities, that's really what it is. Because you look at these big names out there who made their name, and maybe they worked one time where they really they
The
had to
one-hit
hit that
wonder.
one time.
Yeah.
They had to hit that one time because you had to get to that status, right? But once you're at that status and you can say, hey, I got this 6 figures, or hey, I made a 7 figures in XYZ company, they built the first company.
Yeah.
But after that, they never built another company. And
Yeah.
the reason why is now they're building from their name, not because they went out and blood, sweated, tears, and got out and, got in living rooms and all that stuff and started from scratch. And here's the thing too. I you know what? And really be honest with you, because I've talked to people on both sides as far as how they feel about people moving around. And you got one saying, hey, it's okay to move around because maybe you're just looking for that company. Because again, hey, you can join a company within a few months or a few weeks. You can figure out kind of quickly if this is where you want to be based on corporate, based on company, based on how easy it is to market a product or service. You can start picking up some of those clues right away. But at the same time, some of those people say, you know what? Hey, I'm just looking for the right deal. I'm looking for the right opportunity. And that's why I move around. And I found out this company's doing XYZ. I found out that they're front loading. I found out that the company doesn't have any money. I found you know what I'm saying. So
Yes.
some of these things are made up lies that leaders put together too as well, just so their team moves with them. So they send out the things to their leaders. And again, as Ali said about the commodities, that's really how it works. Because if I'm looking to move, I found out about this new deal. I can literally say, hey, I've got 10,000 people on my team, and I've got X amount of leaders making 6 figures, and if they come over, man, and we can get a package together, so that way they can have like a bridge to their income they're currently making at this XYZ. I mean, there's so much backdoor stuff. So again, it's as Debbie said, there's front end and back end stuff going on. So there's leaders who are doing some stuff that the field never knows, and then of course there's companies doing this stuff because they want to build their company quick, fast, in a hurry, right? Yeah. So they're gonna grab, Ali Madawi. They're gonna call, these big old mega names in the industry and get David Enemente and say, or some of these guys that are just Donnell South, Brian Carruthers, all these dudes that have these major names in the industry. But one thing I have a lot of respect for is a person that can stick and stay. If the company's doing them right, obviously, if the company's doing them dirty, then hey, I get it, you have to go. Yeah. Right. But the guys like that I look up to in the industry are the guys who've been with the same company for the longest. We call these legacy leaders, legacy builders, legacy companies that's been around 20, 30 years. And the proof is in the pudding, right? Because you can see that the companies sustained the test of time. You can see that the product would stand the test of time. You can see that the leaders who have been, starting to have their kids show up and still make the same money that their mom and pops did, right? And so those are the leaders that I look at. I look at a Brian Carruthers who's been with the same company, since 98. And here it is 2022. And here's the thing. I know he gets pursued from companies and corporations left and right. Yeah. And he's still raising the flag of his company. You know what I'm saying?
You just talked about he's getting, corporations and companies. I just want to add one thing. I know we're talking about MLM, but I want you guys to understand this happens in corporate America.
Oh yeah,
absolutely.
This is not just an MLM. Yeah, this is not an MLM, specific issue. This is the real world issue. Like it or not, this is a real world issue, no matter what you're doing.
People think it's an anomaly just in network marketing. And we're not taking the doo-doo in network marketing in here. It's just, it connects us all. And we have a very personal, deep-rooted relationship with network marketing and what it has impacted us in our relationships and our families and our futures and our finances, that we feel that we can truly speak on it in a genuine, honest way possible. We're going to take a little break. And when we come back, I would like to tell you about if I were the commissioner of the Direct Selling Association, what I would enforce on network marketing as an industry. We're going to be hearing different segments, some news, some life and balance, a motivational moment, and we're going to play some Family Feud. Stick around. We'll be right back.
Hey there, my name is Elizabeth Cousins, CEO and founder of Dreamable, a movement that allows you to dream big and live big. Whether that's to start a business, to develop a nonprofit, or to create that total financial freedom that you desire for you and your family, Dreamable's got you. We host a unifying entrepreneurial academy, and we partnered up with strategic partners and companies to give you the tools and resources to make a difference. Starting with your mindset, to overcoming limiting beliefs, to positioning you within our platforms, plus providing you with live and on-demand hands-on practical training. Platforms like I Am Dreamable, an entrepreneurial community to start, grow, and scale a business, where you'll receive 3 new modules a month on the most practical business processes that creates millions of dollars in revenue. Dreamable Financial Education Partners to make your money work for you. A public relations platform to get you featured within 27 national publications, including the New York Weekly and the Los Angeles Tribune. And work with me directly, the DEO herself, aka Dreamable Executive Officer. Visit me today at dreamablebyelizabeth.com. And remember, keep on dreaming because you never know, they may just come true.
That's right. You just never know. Shout out to I Am Dreamable. Yeah, never know. They just may come true. Hey, make sure you check out I Am Dreamable by Elizabeth today, or dreamablebyelizabeth.com today. And you can take part of our entrepreneur community for an average of $1.50 a day. And you too can start, grow, or scale your business in many different ways. All right, let's get into it. So if I were the commissioner of the Direct Selling Association and the chairman of the Federal Trade Commission and the chairman of the SEC all at the same time, I'll bring us all 3 together and say, we need to create a licensing certification, just like real estate. In real estate, you cannot get involved, sell a house without a license. You could lose your license. The same thing should be in network marketing. And a lot of people be like, man, that's crazy. Why would you? Because the moment you got involved, you've already been trained on compliance, on ethics, on how to handle business, why you should get involved, what is network marketing. You'll have foundational understanding of what that is. Matter of fact, there's one country in the world that has the least amount of scams, legal lawsuits, and that's Japan. And guess why? Because Japan requires a license if you're going to get involved in network marketing. So that will be my recommendation, because that will allow.
And they're cutting off fingers.
100%.
I'm just messing with you, man.
You are to hold people accountable because of that license. You are to hold companies accountable. They don't even allow you in unless you show a license. Imagine the elevation of a profession if everybody was to be a professional network marketer. That would be my 2 cents. And
that's amazing. Honestly, I've done work in Japan, and I actually did not know that. I think that is absolutely brilliant. I not to go off topic, but I also think parents should have licenses.
There you go. We'll talk about that next time for you.
Yeah.
So, so that made 2 cents, but I want us to have a little bit of fun. I got Family Feuds here for us, business edition. And we're obviously going to go around. Just imagine the music. Ba-da-bum, ba-ba-da-bum. Hey, everybody, this is Steve Ali. Today, we have the Takoyo family. We have the Debbie family, the Elizabeth family, and the Ali family. And there comes Family Feud. Is that how it works? Or is it just usually 2 families?
Yeah, so we don't have to hit a button, right?
It's just 2 families.
Yeah. We're just going to go around. All right, so I got a couple of questions for you, and I'm intrigued to hear your answers. You ready? Okay. We asked 100 imaginary people about these questions. And here are the top 10 questions on the imaginary board.
Yeah.
We'll start with you, Debbie. Name things that you would bring to an incentive trip.
Things that I would bring to an incentive trip.
Uh-huh.
Well, I would be bringing my phone. I would be bringing my.
Wait. You gotta just mention one at a time, right?
One.
Right.
Oh,
Right.
all right, my phone.
Okay. Phone is in there, but it's not the highest. It's actually the lowest of the whole list. So that gave you 5 points. Go ahead. What else?
Are we going to me again or to Koyo?
Yeah, it's still with you because you got it right.
Your whole family has got to go.
Oh, that's right. I had to remember how
You're
that worked. Okay.
See, this is me. I don't watch TV. I watch the clips of the funny parts of it, but
I don't either.
Now we got to go to Tokoyo. Yeah. All right, Tokoyo. She's got the lowest with 5 points, which is a phone. When going to your incentive trip, Tokoyo, what are you taking with you?
My beach clothes.
Beach clothes. That's
Well,
actually fourth with 11 points. All right. So far, we're doing good. We haven't gotten an X. Can we clap? Jump with excitement.
Yay! Oh, let's ask Elizabeth, since all Elizabeth does.
Yeah, she knows. She just came back.
Elizabeth
So.
takes
All right,
trips,
Elizabeth.
so she does.
You're going to
Give
the
away
network marketing incentive trip.
cash. You
What do
get
you
cash. You get cash.
You get cash.
Give away cash.
Believe it or not, it is the number one answer with 36 points. So right on that.
Cash.
It's true. You do have
gotta
to
give away
have cash.
cash.
Yeah, no, without a doubt. I totally agree with you on that. That's great. I'm not playing because I see the answers and it's not fair. Let's go to the next one. We'll go back one more round. So in network marketing, what are the top brands that are recognizable in network marketing profession? Go, Debbie.
Amway.
Amway's actually the number one answer, 25 points. All right.
Yay!
So, Koyo.
I'm going to go with Legal Shield.
Legal Shield is third, 20 points. Let's go.
Go.
Elizabeth Cousins.
Primerica.
Do I have Primerica?
Oh.
Debbie, you get to steal it. One more.
Herbalife.
Oh,
Herbalife is number two
Yep,
with
that's a good
23 points. All right, Debbie.
All that.
By the way, isn't it crazy that Primerica is not on the top 6 lists?
Yeah, Primerica has been around for a while and it's stable as all get out. And you know what's
Crazy.
so crazy? You know what's so crazy about Herbalife? It depends on where you are, because like in Texas, we have a huge Hispanic population, and Herbalife in the Spanish community is huge. And that's all you see and hear everywhere. Like even if you went to Florida or California, you know, it's just like you see it. Like here, since I've been in North Carolina, I haven't seen one Herbalife car, banner, flyer, nothing. But then I go to Texas and it's everywhere. You know what I'm saying? It's like
another one. Can we guess the other one? Is there one that we didn't get, Ali?
oh yeah, you're supposed to give us all the top
about-
whatever it was.
No,
Yeah.
we don't, because I have like a list of 100 questions. I'm
No,
trying,
it's the
trying
top
to get
five.
one that's
The
not
top five,
business.
man. The top 5.
Oh, got you. Because I figured Mary Kay would be in there too.
Yeah, and
Mary
I
Kay's
was
Avon.
gonna say
definitely
Mary
there.
Kay
Yeah.
next.
So Mary Kay and Avon are definitely in there.
Yep.
Okay, so let's go to one more, and this is going to be just a fun one. You ready?
Yeah.
Mhm.
And we're going to start with Elizabeth on this one. All right, Elizabeth. We got the top 6 answers by our imaginary audience. Name red flags on dating.
Uh-oh.
You're looking to date somebody, and let's say you're on a
Do I
website.
have to keep it
You're
PG-13?
looking at the profile.
Pressure.
Listen, ain't no PG-13 in
Pressure.
here. You're good. This is an adult show. Name red flags on a dating site.
Sex on the first date.
Damn!
Or before marriage.
Gotta go there. Just we go commercial breaks.
I got nothing.
That's on when
I got
the
nothing.
Hold on. This is the crazy part. The question was name red flags on a dating site.
You know somebody's
Not in
asking
person.
you on the site.
not in person.
That's what I said.
Yeah,
You're
she's already
looking
met the
at
person.
a
Yeah,
website and you're looking at the profile. So
Yeah, well, that would
That's
be
a big
serious, that would be a serious red flag.
But good to know, Elizabeth. Good to know. All right, let's go to Debbie. Name a red flags on a dating site.
Okay, so this is interesting because first of all, like I've been married for 32 years, and so I have never been on a dating site. But if I was
Great
to
recruiting tool.
if I was to imagine a red flag, see, I'm thinking
By the way,
about
time out.
Yeah.
I love how you put a disclaimer in case Billy's watching this later.
Shh, quiet.
I love how you said, like, I never have, I never need to.
But if
That
I
indicates that I work for the sake of the game. Wink, wink.
Yes.
Go on. What's your answer?
So I'm imagining it as social media, but I honestly, I guess you got a profile and all that, So on social media, I'm just going to tell you the red flag to me is when a guy has a picture of him with nothing but dogs and little kids, right? Because listen, Sequoia, I don't know if you know this, but girls on Facebook, we get friend requests from guys, and it's the way you know they're not who they are almost immediately. They're either an oil rigger, they're a military doctor, and all of their pictures are them and children or puppies. Why do you think that is?
They're pretenders.
They're pretenders.
So are you saying like a group photo?
Oh, no. Yeah, like it'll be a guy, right, hugging a little puppy or standing with a little kid because what do they think women are attracted to? Oh, look at the guys being so great, right?
That's a great explanation, but I need an answer.
What was it again? What?
You tell me. That's not how the game works. I don't tell you the answer. You tell me.
How does the game work?
You got to tell me. What's the guess?
Yeah.
I lost you. I'm sorry.
Because she has no experience in the dating
I can tell.
scene, she's having a hard time answering the question.
Yeah, I'm really sorry. I don't know.
You explained it, but what would you describe it as? A guy with a lot of people in the picture? Group picture?
No, but that's a red flag for
Yeah.
That's definitely a red flag.
All right, we're gonna give her.
Yeah, sorry.
Let's go to the
this
master
is not a
of
good area
dating.
for me.
Hold on, Mister. I'll know how to talk trash. All right, go on, Takoyo.
Nah,
Reflex
for
on the dating
a
site.
guy-
The ones you saw yesterday.
For a guy, you crazy man. For a guy, it's the face pics. The only face pics. There's no body pics. That's a red flag for a guy.
Oh, no kidding.
That is the number one answer with 33 points.
You show me a face pic, I'm skipping that joker. Like you got 400 pictures, but they're all about your face because you have a cute face. But we already know what the deal is under the face.
Number one answer with 33 points. Last but not least, Elizabeth Cousins, name a red flag on a dating site.
Look at this.
I actually would say body pictures, just body pictures, and nothing else about them. Just
I've heard
We
that.
already know what they
Showing
want.
the flex.
Exactly. That's
You
a
mean
good-
like just a chest picture or something?
No. Showing their
showing the
body. Like
flex.
I've heard a lot of women say that men who have like pictures of their muscles on the thing and their body, you know what I'm saying? Like they didn't like that was a red flag.
So it's the opposite. So the guys want to see the body. The girls don't.
No, we want to see the shape. I don't care about the body. You know what I'm saying? Like how toned it is. That's what male get on there and try to show you muscle.
It's the same thing.
Nah,
We're talking about the guys flexing. And so you want to
No. I'm saying a full body pic is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
A full body pic. I don't want to just see your face. I
Ladies
want
and
to see
gentlemen,
what your full body. I'm not talking about someone has a shirt off because that's the complaint that women see that guys and they got the shirt off and all that stuff. I'm just talking about with clothes on. How do you look
nudity.
from top to bottom?
I'm learning a lot about my partners. For those of you who are watching, this is great. I'm glad we played.
Yeah,
this.
just like you watched that TV. What was it? Stevie Wonder, the Jamie Foxx movie when he was pretending. Yeah, Ray Charles. Remember, because Ray Charles couldn't see, so he couldn't do a sight, right? How did he figure out how women looked? By what? Holding their hands and their wrists. He would know if they were big women, little women, medium size. You see what I'm saying? And so that was his judgment of how. So for guys, we're all visual. Y'all know that. We want to see what you look like, right?
I'm married to one woman.
Right. And you were visually attracted to her when you met her. So the whole thing is simply this. Ray Charles, again, he would use the hands. For us men who can see, we want to see what we're working with, right? And so again, it is for me, that's the number one thing. I'm skipping your profile left and right if I just see a photo of your face, because there's a lot of women who have pretty faces, but their body look kind of crazy.
According to Elizabeth, creepy pictures or messages, that is the number 2 answer with 25 points. So Tokoya, you got the number 1. Elizabeth, you got number 2. Good job, Family Feud. Great episode. And
I'm not even on dating sites. I just guessed that.
And I'm out of the game, and I'm clearly out of the game.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, from my Facebook profiles. That's how I figured that out, you know?
Uh-huh.
Oh, that was funny, you guys. I like that.
Yeah. You're good, Tokoya. I got you.
Yeah.
No worries. All right, well, why don't we get to some business and life news with the great, the one, only Elizabeth Cousins, straight out of St. Lucia. Give us some gold.
All right. So recently, the Federal Trade Commission, they obtained a court order shutting down a scam by Home Matters USA and its related firms under the names of Academy Home Services, Atlantic Pacific Service Group, Golden Home Services America, among others. Allegedly, they started around June 2018 with promises that they could negotiate your interest and your payments, and they claim to be part of government agencies giving COVID-19 assistance programs. So I just want to let you all know to be careful, do your due diligence. We do have financial partners that work with us, and we can get you in touch with them if you need. And also, there's been talks about deflation, a warning, and the Fed intentionally is slowing down the economy as we speak. And some people are saying that they're overdoing it, which puts us at risk of deflation. Inflation is bad and deflation is bad. What we want is stability that fosters economic productivity. Deflation is when the prices of goods and services go down. So when prices are lower, it may seem like a blessing, but deflation is actually a curse, because if prices go down, then the business profits less from their goods and services, and as a result, people will lose their job or accept lower wages. And when people have less money, they consume less, and the demand for goods and services are less, which causes less demand, which causes deflation even more. So it's a cycle of deflation, job loss, and income loss. Then you have less consumption, then deflation, and it goes on in a circle. So if you're looking for ways to beat the economy and even make money from your cell phone, yes, your cell phone, Dreamables got you. We'll partner with you. So reach out to us, and back to you, partners.
And there you have it. Inflation and deflation is not necessarily good or bad, but they both have their impact. And of course, make sure you visit dreamablebyelizabeth.com, as this episode is brought to you by Dreamable by Elizabeth. That's crazy, by the way. My question that I'm curious about, that company that is going through the whole legal process right now, is that a network marketing company or just a traditional company that is tapping into direct-to-consumer process?
Seems like a traditional company. Home Matters USA.
Yeah.
Seems like a traditional company.
I wonder how many people are going to say that whole industry is a Ponzi scheme.
Right.
It's crazy. I had a conversation a few weeks ago with somebody that was generalizing network marketing, and and I asked simply, I'm like, can I ask a question? Who do you bank with? And they said Wells Fargo. And then I was like, let me share my screen. We're on Zoom. And I put Wells Fargo fraudulent activities. And then 2014, Wells Fargo had the largest deposition scam that was documented in history of all banks, where they used to create fake accounts. I was a victim of that. I had 38 bank accounts in Wells Fargo. What I didn't know, I had 38 bank accounts. So they did that just to inflate their numbers. So their stock options will go really, really high, and so on and so forth. And I showed it to the person. And then I showed other scandals that Wells Fargo and many other companies have gone through. And I was like, did you know about this? They're like, yeah, no, I remember that. I'm like, it's interesting because you're still with Wells Fargo, right? They're like, yeah. I'm like, how come? Well, things get better, things get regulated, people learn. I'm like, oh, can we apply that very same statement in the network marketing profession? It's interesting, right? It's easy to throw the knives and say that you're a scam.
Right.
And I welcome healthy skepticism. I always do. Just be smart about what you're saying, right? I'd love to go to, who do we have up next? Debbie, with Living Life in Balance. Yeah, Debbie,
Absolutely.
give us some love.
I would love to. So, what's really exciting is, I talked about manifesting last week. Lots of people are talking about the law of attraction, right? And a lot of people are becoming more and more familiar with it. But here's an interesting thing. You really have to have balance, even when enacting and working with the law of attraction and manifesting. Because I've noticed what some people struggle with, and including myself, by the way, is balancing the spiritual aspect of manifesting and the physical aspect. Okay, so what does that mean, right? So for years and years and years, since I was a teenager, I've tried different types of meditation, and I still do, and I've gotten much better at it. But I can remember I would meditate for like an hour of a day, right? An hour. I'm going to become in complete alignment with what I want, right? But the problem was I was just meditating and I wasn't really doing anything to add to the physical part of achieving, right? Because here's the truth. You can meditate, you can journal, you can write all these things down about manifesting as much as you want to. But if you aren't actively, physically working towards it, nothing is going to happen. And that I often have seen is the thing that doesn't balance out in people's head when it comes to the law of attraction and manifesting. Things aren't going to just fall into your lap by meditating, right? But that meditating is a great way to get in alignment. And it's a great way to get in alignment with the vibrations that you want and that stuff that you want to attract. And you're showing the universe and you're doing all of that. But I'm just going to tell you, let's just say that it's more money that you want to earn. You can meditate, you can do all of that, but you've got to then do action. You've got to invest your time and your passion into whether it's your job or whether it's your business, right? With the intention of getting that financial, right? So sometimes, they actually say you can manifest money without doing anything, right? And you call that the surprise money. And it seems like it typically comes out of nowhere and from an unexpected source. And I've had that happen, by the way. But here's the key. For me, I think of that as like a rare gift that I'm getting to show that I'm on the right track. But that's a gift. It's not a stable source of income, right? So you have to do whatever it is while doing your meditations, right? So finding a healthy balance between spirituality and physicality is absolutely the key to manifesting what you want. You have to work physically hard. And I don't even mean, okay, guys, I have a farm. There's physical labor with that. But even if it's not physical labor, right? You've got to physically work, whether it's picking up the phone, whether it's, creating something. There's still that physical manifestation that you have to do, right? And you have to work hard. But here's the other balance. You can't be all work and no play. You got to connect with yourself and your family and restore that balance. Because here's the truth. You're going to get burnt out. And you should never feel burnt out or hopeless when you're manifesting. First of all, because what you want already belongs to you, right? It's just waiting for you for the right time. So that is my message today. So many of us want to manifest. So many of us are involved in the law of attraction. But please don't forget that there's the other side of that, where you actually physically have to take action. So thank you so much. Back to you, partner.
Love it, 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 love it. It's so spot on. Attraction has action, and without it, nothing will come to fruition. And if I may just back you up on one thing, Debbie, even that surprise money that appeared, you've planted that seed a long time ago, and you've put the labor on a long time ago. It just was a delayed resource that ended up showing up in your life. But it's so spot on. And I appreciate your message because it's so important now more than ever for us to be motivated, excited, look forward for hope and what is possible in creation, right? The idea of don't chase abundance, just remove the limitations because it's already there, right? But at the same exact time, we have to have a sense of ownership, the law of action, right? Taking activity, doing something. God will only open the door. You still got to walk into it, you know? God will give you the land. You still got to work it. So there's so much that needs to be taking place in order for you to create into existence those things that you are, quote unquote, manifesting. In other words, you're always manifesting. There is no I'm manifesting or I'm not. It's just what are you manifesting, good or bad, right? So thank you for that message. That was really, really spot on. Just a reminder for everybody, dreamablebyelizabeth.com. Go there, enroll, $1.50 a day. This Friday coming up, we're going to be dropping a major announcement of an event that we're going to be hosting for our members in our community. And of course, for you, if you want to attend, it'll be complimentary for you. 2 hours of a business summit, business development. 4 of us will come in, train, educate, and give you everything as a gift from us to you. And of course, we're going to be sharing with you, should you want to get involved. And again, it's $1.50 a day. We're not asking you for $5,000 up front. So that's going to be dropped this Friday. So look forward to that. Now, obviously, as you know, no episode could ever be as solid as it needs to be without a motivational moment. And thank God we have the man, the myth, the legend who breeds moments of motivation throughout the whole day. As a matter of fact, if you follow him on Instagram, all you will see is motivation, motivation, motivation. Ladies and gentlemen, Tokoya Carlton.
Hey, what's going on, fam? Tokoya Carlton here, and of course, this is a motivational moment. And y'all hear me say this all the time. We always talk about check up from the neck up, right? I mean, I say that all the time because it's totally real. And so I need you to have a checkup from the neck up, but also I need you to forgive yourself. And so here's what I mean. So again, check yourself on a daily basis. Sometimes you are the toxic person in your life. Sometimes you're the mean, negative person that you're looking to push away. Understand that. Sometimes you are that person. Sometimes you're the person, you're the problem that's causing the issue. Does that make sense? So again, sometimes you are the toxic person. Sometimes you are the mean person, the negative person that you need to be pushing away, that you're constantly telling other people that they're the one, right? And then sometimes you are the problem. And it doesn't make you less worthy. All I can tell you is simply this: keep growing, keep checking on yourself. Again, keep having that constant checkup from the neck up. Again, of course, keep on motivating yourself. See, there's ways around that to change the way you feel, right? And so again, here's the thing, guys: mistakes are opportunities. So again, even though things seem bleak, even though things seem like they're not going the right way, they're always an opportunity disguised in it, right? And so again, mistakes are opportunities. Look at them, own them, grow from them, and then just move on. And then, of course, do better, be better. You're human. It's okay. It's okay to make mistakes. It's okay to have a bad day. Just don't make it a bad week, a bad month. So again, we're going to go through those things. We're going to have our challenges in our lives. We used to call these things character building days, right? So when those things aren't going well in your life, guys, remember, they're character building days. What are you learning from that situation? What are you learning from it? How are you going to grow from it? How can you make it better? How can you avoid having that same situation happen multiple times? See, some of us are caught in our same routine, just repetitively happen every single time, every single week, every single month, so often we have those same problems. They keep repeating themselves. You know why? Because you haven't learned from them yet. So again, we must learn from them, right? Do better, be better. You're human. It's okay, as long as you're growing from it. So with that, it's been a plum pleasing pleasure. I look forward to seeing you guys at the top, from the top, or over the top. Take care, take charge, and we'll talk to you soon.
Yes, indeed. Man, your message was spot on today. Debbie and I are part of a community, and there was a time Telegram conversation talking about how I wish this was easier. I wish we could give people free access. I wish, and I wish, and I wish, and I wish. Meanwhile, I'm like, Jim Rohn said it best. Don't wish it was easier. Wish you were better.
Yes.
Help that person to get their membership for free. Work on making a little bit more money instead of asking, can you make it free? Right? Like it just doesn't make business logic, right? But in any case, it's so spot on. I appreciate your message today, as always. And as per myself, I have one request, one ask. Do me a solid. Can you vote for me? I am ranked right now number 5 globally amongst media and online companies for the CEO ranking in the world. And I want that number 1 really, really bad.
Where's the link at? Where's the link?
I'll drop it in the comments. I'll drop it in the comments everywhere. But just, it's right there. Just keep in mind, number 1 is kicking my butt. I'm not worried about 4, 3, and 2. I'm smoking it. But number 1 is kicking my butt. And I need your help. I want us to win CEO of the Year because it will be a great validation for our field. Yes. Also, just in case you needed funding, we just added a funding company. So non-credit, business account only. So if you have a business account, you have a little bit of money coming in every month, we can qualify you for money if you need a little booster. But we'll talk about that. Dreamable by Elizabeth.com. Oh, and I'm reading a new book, You Owe You by E.T., the hip hop preacher. Eric Thomas brought the heat on one more book, You Owe You. It's out right now on Audible and all over the shelves. I don't get paid from E.T.'s products or books. I'm just sharing with you what I'm getting myself educated with. So with that, we appreciate you and love you. We'll do around the clock. One last message, one last 30 seconds. Elizabeth, you go first. Last 30 seconds.
Go get it. Go get your blessing.
Amen to that. Tokoyo.
Go get it. Go get your blessing. Like now.
Amen to that. And Debbie.
Here's my message. Go get it and go get it now.
There you go. It's your money and you want it now. I'm so excited for you guys. I'm so happy. Make sure you let us know in the comment what was the biggest takeaway that you have had. Hit that share button, subscribe, let the world know that we are making the impact that we make every single day. Until next time.